Hello and welcome. Today we have an important and timely update that could directly affect your monthly income, your financial planning, and your peace of mind. If you receive Social Security, Supplemental Security Income, Social Security Disability Insurance, or any related federal retirement benefit, you may have already heard discussions about the February 2026 payments and the growing attention around the average $2,100 monthly check. Many seniors are asking the same question right now. Is this amount real? Who qualifies for it? And what exactly is changing this year? In this direct update, we are going to walk through everything step by step in clear and simple language so you know exactly what to expect, what this means for your budget, and how to avoid mistakes that could delay your payment. For millions of retirees across the United States, Social Security is not just a government program. It is the financial foundation that keeps the lights on, fills the refrigerator, pays for prescriptions, and protects independence after decades of hard work. That is why even small adjustments to benefits matter so much. When headlines mention a payment near $2,100, it naturally captures attention because every extra dollar can help offset the rising cost of groceries, housing, utilities, and healthcare. Let us begin by understanding where this number is coming from. The roughly $2,100 figure being discussed is not a universal payment. It reflects the continuing upward movement in average retirement benefits following annual cost of living adjustments. Each year, benefits are reviewed to help retirees keep up with inflation. While not everyone will receive this exact amount, many retirees are seeing checks approach or cross that level depending on their work history, lifetime earnings, and the age at which they claimed benefits. Over the past several years, inflation has reshaped retirement finances. Prices for everyday necessities climbed faster than many fixed incomes could comfortably handle. Policymakers recognize that without adjustments, retirees would steadily lose purchasing power. That is why cost of living increases remain one of the most critical features of Social Security. They are designed to ensure that a dollar today still carries meaningful value tomorrow. For February 2026, payments largely reflect the latest annual adjustment that took effect at the start of the year. Many beneficiaries noticed their January deposit was slightly higher than what they received late last year. February continues that updated payment structure, meaning what you saw in January is typically the baseline moving forward, unless your personal situation changes. Now, it is important to clarify something that often causes confusion. When people hear about a $2,100 check, they sometimes assume it is a special bonus or a one-time stimulus-style payment. In most cases, it is neither. Instead, it represents the approximate average retirement benefit after adjustments. Some retirees receive less, particularly if they had lower lifetime earnings or retired early. Others receive significantly more, especially if they delayed retirement or consistently earned higher wages. Still, even if your payment is below that number, the broader trend matters. Average benefits rising suggests that the system is responding, at least in part, to economic pressure facing older Americans. February's payment schedule follows the long-standing structure that helps distribute millions of payments smoothly each month. Your specific deposit date usually depends on your birth date or the type of benefit you receive. Because the system is carefully organized, most recipients can expect predictable timing, which makes budgeting easier. Reliability is one of Social Security's greatest strengths. During uncertain economic periods, consistent deposits provide reassurance that basic financial support will arrive without interruption. That predictability becomes especially important as retirees manage fixed incomes. Another factor influencing benefit amounts is the age at which you decided to claim Social Security. Those who claim earlier often accept a reduced monthly benefit in exchange for receiving payments longer. Those who wait beyond full retirement age can see their monthly checks grow substantially. This is one reason averages continue to rise over time. Emergency preparedness is another area gaining attention. Unexpected car repairs, home maintenance, or medical needs can disrupt even the most carefully planned budget. Setting aside funds whenever possible, even gradually, can reduce financial anxiety. Healthcare remains one of the largest financial variables in retirement. Premium adjustments, coverage changes, and out-of-pocket costs can influence how far your Social Security check stretches. Staying aware of coverage details helps prevent surprises. For retirees who continue working part-time, it is important to understand how earnings may interact with benefits, particularly if you claimed before reaching full retirement age. Income limits can temporarily reduce benefits, though adjustments often occur later once full retirement age is reached. Many people misunderstand this rule and worry unnecessarily, but clarity helps avoid confusion. Taxes are another topic that deserves calm attention. Depending on your combined income, a portion of Social Security benefits may be subject to federal taxation. This does not affect everyone, but planning ahead can help prevent an unexpected bill. Widows and widowers should pay special attention to survivor benefits. In many cases, the surviving spouse becomes eligible for the larger of the two benefits. Ensuring this transition happens correctly is essential because it can significantly affect long-term income. Divorced retirees sometimes overlook their eligibility as well. If the marriage lasted long enough and certain conditions are met, benefits based on a former spouse's record may be available without reducing what that former spouse receives. This provision exists to protect financial stability later in life. Another subject often discussed is the long-term future of Social Security. Headlines sometimes focus on projections decades ahead, which can sound alarming. However, it is important to separate future policy debates from present reality. Today's beneficiaries continue receiving payments, and any major structural changes historically unfold gradually. Remaining informed without becoming overwhelmed is the healthiest approach. Reliable information empowers you, while speculation can create unnecessary stress. Technology is also shaping how retirees interact with their benefits. Digital account access allows many seniors to review payment history, verify deposits, and monitor records from home. While not everyone prefers online tools, they can add an extra layer of convenience and awareness. At the same time, protecting personal data has never been more important. Fraud attempts targeting older Americans unfortunately remain common. Being cautious with phone calls, emails, and messages that request sensitive information is one of the strongest defenses you have. As 2026 unfolds, economic conditions will continue influencing retirement life. Inflation trends, housing markets, and healthcare costs all ripple into monthly budgets. Yet, despite these moving parts, Social Security remains a steady foundation. That foundation carries emotional weight as well as financial importance. For many retirees, the monthly deposit represents independence. It supports the ability to remain in a familiar home, make personal choices, and maintain dignity without relying entirely on others. The growing attention around the average benefit amount reflects a broader national conversation about retirement security. Americans are living longer, and planning for extended retirements has become increasingly important. Younger generations are watching closely too, learning from today's retirees about the importance of saving early and understanding benefits long before they are needed. Another quiet but meaningful trend is that retirees are becoming more proactive. Instead of assuming everything will happen automatically, they are reviewing statements, correcting errors, and asking questions when something does not look right. That level of engagement helps ensure the system works as intended. If there is one message emerging from the February 2026 update, it is that awareness creates stability. When you understand how your benefit is calculated, when it arrives, and what influences it, you regain a sense of control over your financial life. The discussion about a $2,100 average check is ultimately about progress, adaptation, and the ongoing effort to support older Americans in a changing economy. Now, as we move into the final part of this update, we will bring everything together, focusing on what these payments truly represent, how to approach the months ahead with confidence, and why staying informed remains one of the most valuable tools in retirement. Final part. As we close this February 2026 Social Security update, it is worth pausing to reflect on what these monthly payments really mean beyond the numbers. Yes, the conversations about averages, adjustments, and rising benefit amounts are important, but at its core, Social Security represents something far deeper: stability in a stage of life that should be defined by security rather than uncertainty. For decades, you showed up to work, contributed through payroll taxes, and helped build the very system that now supports you. The check that arrives each month is not simply a transaction. It is the continuation of a promise that your years of effort would be recognized. The attention surrounding the approximate $2,100 benefit highlights an encouraging direction. While no adjustment can completely erase financial pressure, increases signal recognition of the challenges retirees face. Every additional dollar helps protect purchasing power and supports everyday needs. Yet perhaps the most reassuring aspect of Social Security is its consistency. Through economic shifts, political transitions, and changing national priorities, monthly benefits have continued reaching the people who depend on them. That reliability allows retirees to plan ahead rather than live in constant financial doubt. Looking forward, the smartest approach is one grounded in awareness and preparation. Review your payment details periodically, keep your banking information current, monitor your earnings record if you are still working. Stay attentive to official updates so that rumors never guide your financial expectations. Financial confidence does not require perfection. It grows from understanding the systems that support you and making thoughtful choices within your control. It is also important to remember that retirement is not solely a financial chapter, it is a life chapter. Security allows space for family visits, friendships, hobbies, travel when possible, and the simple comfort of knowing your essential needs are covered. If costs rise in certain areas, adjust patiently rather than fearfully. Many retirees find strength and flexibility, reshaping budgets while continuing to prioritize what matters most. There is also quiet strength in community. Across the country, millions of seniors are navigating the same economic landscape, adapting together and proving that resilience does not fade with age. The February 2026 payments are another reminder that you are not alone in this journey. The system exists because generations believed older Americans deserve protection after a lifetime of contribution. And while future policy conversations will always exist, today's reality remains clear. Benefits continue, adjustments are in place, and the structure supporting retirees remains active. So as your next payment arrives, let it serve not only as financial support but also as reassurance. It reflects decades of work, responsibility, and perseverance. Stay informed, stay organized, protect your information, and most importantly, recognize the value of what you have earned, because retirement should not be defined by financial fear. It should be defined by steadiness, dignity, and the freedom to focus on the life you worked so hard to build. Thank you for spending this time staying informed, and remember, understanding your benefits is one of the strongest steps you can take toward protecting your financial future.